Hi, here's a video. The plan is to try and work out what my best books of 2022 were. And by that I mean I'm going to try and remember them off the top of my head, because my theory is that if I can just remember them off the top of my head for good reasons rather than negative ones, then they deserve to be on that list, and that's probably a sign that they should be. Also, disclaimer, we're ignoring what my fringe is doing because I can't do anything about it. I've tried, and if you hear any weird noises, I have 3 house rabbits and they are much noisier than you would expect them to be. Top of the list, Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I discovered T. Kingfisher this year and I am slowly working my way through every book she's ever written. I have only disliked one of them so far. The rest, that they've either been 4 or 5 stars or a DNF. And there's a very specific reason for that, but I'll talk about that in another video. So Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. Bitterblue by Kristen Cashore. I read all of that series, the Graceling series, this year. And I think Bitterblue's the 3rd in the series. I really enjoy books that are set in a castle and you have that like ecosystem of court politics and everything's kind of contained. I liked it because you've got sort of cameos from previous books, and I just like books that are set in like a castle dynamic. Like that's one of the reasons I really enjoy the first trilogy that Robin Hobb wrote, Assassin's Apprentice and all that, the Farseer books, because they're all set in like one specific setting. What else did I read this year? I've read 59 books this year. Why can I only remember 2 of them? What else did I read this year? I'm fairly sure there was a Kerry Greenwood one that I read right at the beginning of the year, because I tried to read all of the Kingfisher mysteries, and I'm fairly sure at least one of them was a 5-star, but they've all got really weird names and I mixed them up with the TV show because I saw that first before I read the books. Cocaine Blues was pretty good. I think that was the first one, but I can't remember if that was a 5-star. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm Glad My Mum Died. I think that was a 5-star. It was a fucking hard-hitting book, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I reckon that's up on there, up on the best books. I read a lot more non-fiction this year, and by a lot I mean like I read 3. What else did I read? Oh, of course, I don't know if I read it this year, but Foundryside, that was definitely a 5-star, which really surprised me because it's much more like sci-fi than I usually go for. Oh, Fable and Namesake were very good as well. Right, you know what, this is the part where we check now because I can't remember, and then I'll talk about each one. Oh, 9 Goblins by T. Kingfisher. Why didn't I just think of more T. Kingfisher books? Because I pretty much rated all of them. I think I said that as well. Okay, 9 Goblins, which is like a novella, only available in ebook, which really upsets me because I want a physical copy. It was so good. It's only 147 pages. It's so good. That was a really recent read as well. Why couldn't I remember that? 7th Bride by T. Kingfisher, 5 stars, loved it. It was like a creepy, vaguely Beauty and the Beast, like inspired. There was this guy in an old house. I think he was a wizard of some kind, and he collected wives and made the new wife do a bunch of like impossible tasks. It was that kind of vibe. It was very good. Oh, I gave Winterkeep 5 stars as well. I'm not sure I would keep that 5-star rating actually, thinking about it. It didn't blow me away. I think there was a real dip in the middle. And I didn't love some of the characters. Okay, fine. Bitterblue's on there. Graceling, obviously. Kristen Cashore. I'm Glad My Mum Died. I got that right. Nettle and Bone, obviously. Oh, The Society for Soulless Girls. I barely remember what that's about. I think it was a magic school and there was a murder. Was it magic school or was it just a creepy old school? I think it might have just been a creepy old school. And this girl decides to go and study there. More like university vibes than school. And like tries to solve the murder. Oh, it was the Jekyll and Hyde retelling. That was it. I don't remember a huge amount about it, but I gave it 5 stars, so recommendation there. Oh, I gave some Zodiac Academy. I forgot I read the Zodiac Academy this year. I made it up to book 4 and then I gave up. Book 4, couldn't tell you what happened in it, but I gave it 5 stars. Book 3 also got 5 stars, couldn't tell you what happened in it. Book 2 also got 5 stars. Clearly I was on a fucking roll with these ones, Jesus. Looking back on it, it's just pure trashy fantasy romance, and it was very enjoyable in the moment, but I would not go back and read it again. And I'm not going to carry on with the series because there are so many books in the series, and I think it just got to a point where the plots were just going all over the place and I didn't care anymore. Oh look, and the first Zodiac Academy got 5 stars as well. Jesus. Oh, Legends and Lattes. Yeah, I fucking love Legends and Lattes. 100%. Oh my god. I forgot. I tried to read, I really tried to get into cozy mysteries at the beginning of this year. And I was determined I was going to read all of the Vampire Knitting Club books by Nancy Warren. And I made it up to number 5. And I rated number 5 2.5 stars. And I just gave up at that. The first few books were really good. But it all got a bit ridiculous. And I know that's kind of the point of cozy mysteries. Like, they're just low stakes. I say low stakes. They're all murder mysteries. I wouldn't consider that low stakes. But it's all set in like a knitting shop. That wasn't a 5 star. This Pearls and Potions that I'm looking at now, that was a 2.5 stars. So I don't know what I'm talking about that. Oh, okay. I read the Crescent City books this year. I gave the first one 5 stars and the second one 4 stars. I just really enjoyed them. I'm not going to use the word guilty pleasure because I enjoyed it and that doesn't hurt anyone else. So there's nothing to feel guilty about. But I do really enjoy Sarah J Maas's books. And House of Earth and Blood. I like reading mysteries because I'm not the sort of person that tries to guess what's going on at the end. I just let the twists and the turns wash over me, and it was suitably twisty and turny. And right now I'm really enjoying all the Sarah J Maas conspiracy side of TikTok is really fun because there is no way I'd ever make those connections on my own. Watching someone else put it together with like their whiteboards, they put so much thought into that shit and they make it sound so convincing. And I fully believe some of it. Like, I almost don't think I need to read the next few books because I think they've just told me what's going to happen in them. It's very good. If you like Sarah J Maas and you've read everything that's been published up till this point, I would highly recommend the SJM conspiracy side of TikTok. It's very fun. Court of Silver Frames. That was very good. Again, Sarah J Maas. I really enjoyed it. Nesta is one of my favourite characters now. I didn't like her in the beginning. You weren't supposed to like her in the beginning. But after reading 750 pages about Nesta, I like her now. So the book did its job. Oh, there you go. One of the Kerry Greenwood, Franny Fisher mysteries. Flying Too High, number 2. Yeah, I like the second one. Apparently. I couldn't tell you why. I remember there's planes in it. I can picture aspects of the story. I couldn't tell you what the plot was. And I read A Court of Mist and Fury. Oh, that's it. So going into this year, I was doing my Sarah J Maas reread. The ACOTAR reread. So Court of Mist and Fury got 5 stars. Court of Wings and Ruin only got 4. That's quite a few 5 stars. How many is that one? 19. So out of 59 books that I read this year, hopefully 60, because I'm filming this before the new year. And I'm got like 200 pages left of the book that I'm reading now. Yeah, but out of 59 books, 19 of them were 5 stars, which I think is pretty good. I'm a big fan of DNFing books. If they're not sparking joy, or if I think I'm going to rate it lower than 3 stars, I don't see the point in finishing it because it's not going to be fun. So I don't. That's a pretty solid reading year, to be fair. Like, I finished a bunch of series. I tried to finish more than a few. So there we go. 19 5-star books. I'll leave a full list in the description if you want any recommendations. But there we go. Not bad. Happy 2023.